Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. This is the new town of Sasolgrad in the Rise of Cornoe playthrough. Yes, I forgot about this one. Let me quickly get this guy into the into there for a bit of servicing. Yeah, so if you've got one of these ferries that's kind of not being repaired, just get it to move to the depot so that it can be repaired in the depot location. So I guess we just sold something large. Yes, that's the situation. The heating problem should be, yes, the fire stations and the likes that we're not actually doing anything with. Now, okay, so this is kind of the plan, right? I'm not going to lay out anything more than that until we kind of sort out our connectivity over here. So we've got some stuff here that I guess should be able to get our connectivity moving. So we want the canal to go through in there, right? So that's the canal running over there, right? So with that canal in place, right, let's just double check. Let's just double check our canal planning quickly. So let's open this guy up. So in terms of our canal planning, if we're running a canal through there, tying it up with a port on this side, the reason for us to do yet another one through here is fairly limited, right? We're running through there. Maybe we'll run through there and then we'll run through there. So this section here is kind of interesting shape-wise, but it's not part of our canal system. So our canal is running down that side. Might be more, might be less issues, but that's ultimately what we're doing. Now we're again having issues with power. Hopefully that was just a very minor glitch in the system. So we'll sort this out a little bit. Let's quickly, given we're going to need electricity to fill these things up and get this to start working, let us quickly get a little bit of power into this area. So we've got water and sewage that we could run, and we could even provide some water and sewage over there. Though I'm a little hesitant. So what we might do, we might get a new water and sewage plant over here that can then go and serve extensions beyond there. But we can also kind of get a little bit tied in over here to help us out just a tad. So maybe that's the case. Obviously, all of our heating is coming over that way, so that's okay. Now, in terms of electricity, where is my grid? So my grid is ultimately ending over here. So really, our electricity is coming from where? Oh, directly from this power station? Ah, okay. Well, that's not too strange. It's not too strange a thing to think of. Now, what I do also think we should be looking at, container dumps are full. Let's just have a look at this because this is ultimately a big deal. I guess it's just working a little bit harder than it should be at this stage. Wow, lots and lots of workers here. You know what I'm thinking? We've got so many of these guys, right? This train, not the lesser workers. I just want to pick up the coal workers train, right? Open up this line. So once you go to Sitomic, and then, after Sitomic, I just want to say, stop here. I just want to do that. So after the Sitomic train station, right? I want to say, please pop in over here and unload maybe like 10% of what you've got on there, right? Right, I want to unload just a handful of what you have on there. So these trains take how many? 325. So 10% is like 32. So up to So that's fine. Up to 10%. So unload up to 10% over there, and then you continue straight, and you go and do the rest of your business. Okay. So I guess that's the plan. Let's just do that. We will update that. So that's done. So now we'll start seeing trains come in here, just dropping off a little bit. So I guess that's part of the plan. This one, this is lesser, so it's not going to do anything. But I guess the plan is to see if that's prefab workers. That's not going to do anything either. Now they're starting to bunch up a little bit, which again I don't like too much. Again, I have it there so that we've got another one on this side, right? Yeah, so I have this one there for the reason of the switch over here. But I guess that's causing us a little bit of grief, to be honest. So this one is dropping off a handful of workers to go and work there, just so we get a few more trains to stop here so that we potentially run out of things a little bit less. Okay, so that's the one. Now, over here, we will need power. So I guess the plan would be, so who is powered? Are you powered? No, that's not powered. You are powered. So I guess we need to power everything from there. Well, we basically need to power these guys to, and this one will need to be powered as well. Okay, so let's see what we can do in terms of powering it. So let's get ourselves a little bit of a substation, and it will power pretty much everything. If we go underground, yeah, that's not a problem at all. So I guess I'm going to power over here. Get ourselves a little bit of power to run in that spot there. What I'll do is I'll grab a little... Oh, it can't actually tie in over there. So we'll tie that one in there. We'll get... oh, hang on. Just need to assign that construction. We'll get this going. Get these guys to start building it. All these kind of things. So we'll get some power moving in that area over there. Now, I wouldn't mind. I need to run some power from the power station directly to that spot. I guess what we might do is we might run it underground, to say the least. Otherwise, it's going to be painful. So let's go underground. No, run a nice big one there. Go underground. Oh, so there was this one that I could have used. If we were to run it, go there now. So what we'll need to do is let's run it straight up to here. Okay. And then what we'll do is we'll go beneath all of this. We'll cut across there. And we'll tie it in over there, and we'll make a start on that piece of construction as well. And let's get some reasonable guys to come and build this so that we can get this moving as well. Even the helicopters. Let's get that going so that we can fill these guys up with some coal, right? We want coal stored there, and we want coal stored over here so that we can, once these are ready to go, we can start making that happen. Now, we will need some workers in this area. And I was kind of thinking, yeah, it's probably not going to happen from that side. So now that we've got this area here, let's get ourselves a bus station under construction, another bit of a bus platform, I imagine. So that should have workers. And that will work quite nicely. Alternatively, we could squeeze it in over here and have them a reasonable walking distance from both these locations. I like this idea a little bit. Okay, so what I'll do is we'll get a bus platform here. Okay, what we'll do then is we'll provide ourselves with some nice little walking tracks there and there. Okay, and similarly we'll do, oh yeah, here and there. Nice little walking tracks. We'll get those under construction. We'll get the helicopter crews to come and work on them. Also get the other guys to add a little bit on there. We'll get them assigned here. We'll get those guys assigned over here so we can start building everything. Actually, let's assign the helicopters to pop in over here as well. So that should do a reasonable job. Now, what we don't have is garbage here, so let's get ourselves a bit of a garbage facility, something like this. Now, if we were to tie that one in there, if we were to tie them in, yeah, none of this will actually work. Ooh, you know what might work? tie in. Yeah. I'm going to tie in the garbage connection right over here. And once that's built, we'll tie in it over there, and that'll get its garbage over here also. So let's get signing these guys for a bit of construction in all of these locations as well. So lots of little bits of construction happening over here. Hopefully we'll get this built pretty quickly, and we can kind of slowly get this area powered so that we can get obviously electricity over this way. We're short on electricity for all of these things, so we won't necessarily be expanding our electricity grid into that direction because we're already struggling. So I guess that's the end of that grid, and we'll start a new grid this way, and this grid will also come and power this side. Now, we will need buses to run over to that location. It'll be a pretty direct route, actually, as long as we have the bus station over here. So I guess that's the plan. We're going to have the bus station maybe in this area right here. So now let's quickly plan a little bit of a bus station. Now, if we were to do... Yeah, I guess I'm not a big fan of this bus station as it is. Right, let's flip it around. Because it's got this single entry and exit point. I mean, we can make this area look nice with the square and get, paths to connect into all kind of directions to maximize connectivity through here, all these kind of things, but I don't necessarily think I'm crazy about that bus station. What might work a little bit better is a bus station such as this. A little bit less sizey, right? So what is this number? This takes 2,000 workers. This does 800 workers. I guess 800 workers is going to be more than enough for like our bus platform to deal with. And what I'm kind of wondering is if I squeeze it into the corner over there, all right, I might even be able to do that. And we might even be able to do an end station. So let's have a bit of a look at an end station, a bus end station. A bus end station probably will need something that's large. So if we flip that around, yes, it'll actually work quite nicely like so. Kind of something like maybe, yeah, like that. Actually work quite nicely. We'll have an end station and the likes over here. Might even be able to squeeze in a little petrol station in this area as well. But anyway, let's have a bit of a look. So if we were then were going to do that, we're going to do... Ooh. Now, we could do a little bit of this. We could even get cheeky and do something like that. Oh man, it didn't want to. Let's tie that one back a little bit. This pretty much works, right? So if we were to just maybe give ourselves a little bit of room here to hug it out on that side, get a little bit closer over there, maybe this gives us the opportunity to do something like, tie that one in there and in there, right? Look how cheeky that is from the bus station to get back out into that direction. We're going to do it because it's awesome infrastructure. Okay, so we'll do that. Let me have a quick look at petrol stations, something tiny. I want a very small little petrol station. Oh, that's not quite what I had in mind. A very small little petrol station. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, all of these are much bigger. Ooh, that's a small one. But yeah, I guess if anything, we'll place it out over here. So it's kind of close to everything, but not necessarily in the way. Oh, you know what? This could be quite cool. We'll place it in there. Oh, if we do place it there, we're kind of limiting our area of activity here. So, right, let's have a quick look. So if we were to, we don't have any access points on this side, but on that side we do. So I guess this isn't the ideal placement for it, right? So let's close this one out just a little bit, see how that works. Ultimately, what we'll need to do is we'll need to, oh my goodness, we have a crash. Okay, so it's crashed on me, but it's back. So let's have a quick look. I guess that's gonna block off our any key paths that we're gonna run through here. Just wanted to double check that some of my other path options are working. So I can path through here. So I don't want to necessarily block that off. And to be honest, I might want to make sure that we've got a nice big path running this entire stretch here. So I don't want to do this one. I'll close that one off over there. And what we'll do is let's trim out all of these little roadways, and we will see about getting a little bit of a start there, and we'll do something like this, and we'll do something like that. So this is a little bit more interesting, at least, right? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate those, right? And what we'll do is we'll do the petrol station and something that's a bit more sizable on the other side. We don't have anything that's like larger than 4, right? So we'll just do a nice big one, kind of on this side, reasonably placed. The buses should be able to get there. All these kind of good things, right? Now the question is, maybe we don't necessarily want it right over there. We want it somewhere over here. No, let's just get it as close as we kind of feel comfortable with from the bus station. That's kind of our bus station option to kind of get people over here as well. So we'll have buses probably running from both directions to this area. And what I might do is I might actually add this bus stop to that line, so that we drop off there, then we drop off here to make sure that everybody is kind of working. It's almost the end of the winter, so things should start looking up for us. Now that we've got this in place, we did want to quickly tie in a few other connections over here, ever so briefly, like this and like that. We'll get those assigned. We'll probably just get the helicopters to come and drop off and build. Actually, helicopters are really poor at bringing in workers. We'll get Lessa to bring in a few guys as well. Actually, we can do these guys also, because they're not actually working much at the moment. Now, let's have a look. Is this all now connected to these buildings? Beautiful. So everybody's got what they want over here. So we need a little bit of biological waste to do their thing here. Is someone without medical access? Kindergartens are full. That's stuff that we can deal with. No one seems to be without medical access, and that's okay. So someone's running out of food. Yes, it shouldn't really be a problem, so we should be okay here. And this is working quite nicely, and we should be seeing reasonable changes in terms of our happiness. And look at that, we're almost up at 90%. So if we quickly have a very quick look, right? If we have a very quick look, our productivity is nice and high. Considering this, let's have a look at our population. If we look at all time, I just want to see what the situation is here. Yeah, so we've hit a very few little dips every now and again, but really it's looking nice and healthy, a steady stream in the right direction. So that's good. Okay, awesome. So let's have a quick look at what we will do over here. So again, now we've confirmed that we're not going to use this as Canal, so we might be able to do some nice little stuff around here. We also don't need to get too aggressive with our road network over here. So now that we've got the road network plan in place, what we might want to quickly have a look at is, let's see if we can quickly lower this a little. Yeah, so this area does work for a bit of lowering. I don't know how deep we're going to end up getting it. A bit of lowering over here does work. I'm not necessarily going to do the entire canal at this point, but I just want to make sure that our area where our road network needs to kind of get through is is kind of okay. So I guess this area needs a little bit more help. So if we were to get ourselves bring these guys over, right? So let's close out this. We'll demolish that guy there. We'll bring another one a little bit closer, and we'll get the guys. My goodness, I hate this stuff. So I'll get the guys over here. Yeah. So right over here somewhere. So let's trim back a little bit on this. Right. So we'll do something like that. What we'll do at the same time is we'll kind of bring this guy through, and we'll give ourselves this this free depot in this location. You move a few more of them in here. We may want to bring them in from elsewhere, right? We're not using them. Wow, look at this. All of this is built up to there at least. And this rail connection is built all the way across. Is it electrified? I guess it's not. So I need to do a little bit of electrification. Yeah. Is it electrified? Nah, it's not. I need to do the electrification over here. But I guess we're not going to... we do need to... Hang on. We will need them again. So let's leave them over here for the time being. Nothing over here. You know what? I'm just going to buy 4 more of the excavators. The ones that actually drive a reasonable amount. So if we were to say... excavators ever so quickly here. These guys, they're pretty quick, right? So we can just grab. Is it 4 and 4? Let's just grab the 2 of them for the time being. And I guess the plan is for us to see about digging this out even more. So let's go back into this view, and we'll go and we will. Yeah, so that's working a lot nicer now. I think winter is going to end in minutes. Yeah, I'm going to buy a couple more of them. They might end up going on a drive now. Just get our excavators back in here. Come on. Excavators, there we go. Okay. So that should hopefully help us out quite a bit here now. Now we're out of winter, so we can see things a little bit more. Excellent. So let's smooth this out. That's okay. Don't need a very wide canal, but we do need a little bit of an area. At least here where we need to. Yeah, we might have enough room here. That is about the plan here in terms of getting our bridge under the canal. We'll have a look at our width in just a minute. Let's clean this out a bit. And let's start the dig over here. Oh, and I guess we're going to run out of fuel very short. May as well try and finalize some of these sections a bit more. If we needed an extra harbor in here, we could also do that. Yeah, it's gonna run out, and they'll need to quickly go and grab some stuff, some fuel, but they're pretty quick, so it shouldn't be too big a problem to do so. It works reasonably well. I don't know how deep we have this now. But yeah, we could do another water treatment facility here would be pretty good actually. We just need to have a look at our height levels and things to really make that work. Okay, well let's leave it there. I guess that should be okay. So now they will be rushing off to go and fuel themselves. Oh, still not? Vehicle needs to refuel. No fuel station nearby. Really? Let's get rid of that. So no fuel station nearby because this guy is too far away, right? That's a bit extreme because fuel station will need power. We'll need to get power here first before we can get localized refueling. So I guess one of the questions that we had was, shouldn't we just use a free fuel station? And I guess this is one of those situations because we can't get a fuel station nearby that is be powered. We may as well, can I do the free one over here? This one supports one vehicle. Right, so we'll get it squeezed in over here. And what we'll do is we'll need to get the guys to come in and deliver some goods over here for them. But they should be able to do that pretty reasonably. So get the guys, bring in your fuel to this general location here. Make it about 50%. The guys should bring it in, no problems. Okay, good stuff. That's growing quite nicely. This is filling up. Ooh, this is all filled up. Do we still have stuff ready to go here? This one is struggling a little bit now. I guess it's due to, yeah, okay, so it's fine. But I guess this is filled up. That's filled up. So as soon as we run out of a few workers over here, that should be back to normal, ready to go, no problems. This is built, excellent. So now people are actively coming over here. And we could actually squeeze in a little path down through there so that there's even a slightly closer to connection. So let's quickly see how far these guys are picking up people. I think that is sufficient. I don't think we need to necessarily get any more people in here. I think that's a reasonable sports activity area here. We can't actually see people in here, right? They don't actually appear anywhere in here, but there's lots of people going in there and doing their thing. So that's good. That is absolutely brilliant. I like it. So that's an excellent expansion that we're seeing over here, and everybody here should be reasonably happy. We're up at the 90% mark, so I guess things are okay. There's still plenty of room for bits and pieces. Whether we're going to really max out this even more, I don't know. We want to keep a very close eye on things like water. So we're kind of keeping it there. We want to have a bit of a look over here. This guy still has a reasonable capacity. So really, I do wonder, and we should have tons of water over here. So the question mark would really be whether we could, still connect our water supply to this side and still serve it the other side as well. I do wonder about that. We don't necessarily think we're going to solve it right now, when we may have to make provision for a new facility somewhere over here as well. But anyway, that should be just fine. This should now be ready to go. Yes, everybody should be ready to go over here. So let's quickly have another look at our levels. So before we get too into that, I just want to see what does our kind of width look like over here. So our width should be about 100 meters. So I guess we're not quite there, and that's why we need to make sure. Right, really? Are we don't have access to more than these guys? Okay, so let's do. Clear that out. Now let's I'll move these guys a little bit closer also, I think. Do I have another? I don't think I have another, right? It's going to be no depots available. Depot. Yeah, we're out. So let's... how do I get rid of some of these guys? Can I... Does anybody here... Oh, I don't want to necessarily save that. So full-on mechanisms here, full-on mechanisms over there. Where I can actually use this, I have no idea. Let's just move this guy over to something like this. This guy needs to move steel around. That's okay. You can go and move steel and stuff around. So let's get rid of this one also. Yeah, that's okay. We'll also get rid of these little stubs of roads in here. Just a little. There we go. And now let's go back, get the free one in there and get some more. Okay, there's not enough room here right now, so we'll get rid of that because we're going to move into this area. And what we'll do is we'll get 2 excavators, not excavators, bulldozers. The 2 of them. We'll move the other 2 from over here. I'll take a little bit of time to get there, but not that much. It's fairly close. Move them over here as well. So that should be able to level whatever we need to level in this area. An employment too high. That must be a new building, right? 4 workers without a job. That's nothing. Everybody else is pretty happy. Anything else that's an issue here? Children can't go to school. Can't because there's no kindergartens. That's okay. Let's just have a quick look. So this seems to be a bit of a problem with accessibility. So let's see how far you can go. You can get to the school. Oh, no. That's the hospital. Can't get to the school, unfortunately. Would you? No, actually, I think we've got pretty direct routes from this to the school. The school is just a little bit out of the way. So what we might do is we might double up on schools, get another small school in this area. Just the smallest of small schools, kind of right over here. And probably a kindergarten also, if we could. Can squeeze. This is a school, right? Yeah, so we'll get a small school over here. We'll kind of try and squeeze it in. Let's do it this way around. Get it as close to this road as possible. Do something like that. See, can we get a tiny little kindergarten in here as well? We could. It's really tight. I guess that's okay, right? If we do that, those 2 should be just fine in there, right? So let's go ahead and tie that one in, tie that one in, and everything here should be working. Okay, let's get a few things assigned here. There. And what we can do is we can also get the helicopters to start working on that. So that should give us a few more kindergartens and school spots in this back location right over here. We could have also expanded to the other side, not a big deal. We'll see about getting a few other bits and pieces there. So that should alleviate a little bit of pressure in there as well. This is practically done. So we're fairly close to making this work, actually. Getting some extra power going as well. Okay, the plan, of course, here is for us to... did we not move the other one? No, we did. We should have moved both, right? Okay. Why the hell are you... You're from Lesser Construction? So these guys were moving, and they decided... Oh, crap. They decided to go the long way around, of course, because there wasn't any other options. Okay. We will need to do a fair bit of terraforming over here, but with these guys now already in place, what we'll do is we'll try and level it from the center, see if we can push this back a bit more. And of course, we have no free bulldozers because they now need... Okay, so in this instance, it worked quite well to get those ready. So they only need to go up over here. Right, so I guess my view is that we will do a little bit of an embankment here for the bridge to go onto, start from, and then what we'll do is we'll have a bridge section and then another bit of embankment on, well, another bit of embankment here, and maybe another little section of embankment here, so that we'll have some bridge sections, and here we'll then have a bit of an interchange. At the same time, we'll need to, I guess we're going to run the rail underneath and through here at the same time. So actually, we might just want to build a viaduct, a bridge, a freeway bridge viaduct system through here, so that there's plenty of room to pass underneath. I guess that's kind of the plan. These guys almost ready. they're still doing their thing. We'll have a little bit of a look. We might heighten it a little bit over here on this side, and then we go into a bit of a viaduct structure here. We'll then run the rail underneath the viaduct on this side, right? Yeah, that should work quite well because we don't necessarily need to do anything else on that side. So let's clear out these paths because they will be in the way. And then we want to make sure that we're connecting from the one side to the other. Okay, so this should work again now. So let's switch these back on, as painful as they are in the evenings. Let's do that. Yeah, that's working. That's working much better. That's the one. Something, yeah, that's okay. That should be about wide enough. Let's just get this little kink out of the way here. That should really be wide enough for our canal. So that's the starting point for our canal. That's really wide enough. Yeah, that's fine. So what was our levels? I just want to double check our levels over here. So the level on this side, if we were to have a quick look, the level here is 28. So how far are we from 28 on this side? Where are we? Not over there, but over here. How far are we from 28? Miles away. And on this side. Okay, so we will need to kind of increase our height levels quite a bit here. So let's do a bit of work here. Get us up to a reasonable 28. Getting there. Okay, we're at the spot there. So let's level it from the center around here. That should be just fine, actually. There's that. That's, we go a little lower here. Maybe that one there. Oh, that's maybe a little bit. Okay, so that let's just do that level right over there. We could, of course, increase our level on the edge here just to give ourselves a bit more room for that spot there. And of course, on this side, there's going to be a need to do a fair bit of stuff. So we'll just, there we go. So that gives us the room for our road network. So let's grab our road network. So we're going to run straight into that direction. So let's just do, okay, let's not do it there. Let's do it here. And what we need is, oh, we're not over F1. Yeah, let's do that. And let's do, don't do that. And let's do that. So I guess that's the kind of spot for us to go into. I will clear out that middle one. So that's our area where we're kind of accepting, and we're going to have to kind of do it pretty straight over here is my thinking. So let's do this side. Actually, let's level it from here and get it nice and close to the level that we're after in this area. Still only up at about 11 here. Okay, so that should be about right. Okay, so that's fine. And now what we want to do is, if we take it straight through here, it should be about this area here. There we go. That's about the 28 mark there. So now let's level out this section. Okay, so let's have a look at this. So I guess that should be almost right. Let's just do a little bit of maneuvering over here. We can level that one out a little bit better. So 28, right? 28 there and 28 on this side. So that's perfect. Now, the plan is the one with the longest span. Does that look pretty straight? Excellent. That is not bad. Okay, so what we want to do, of course, is we want to make sure that we're doing a reasonable job at this. Okay. No tool to make sure it's going straight. Anyway, well, that should be pretty straight. No. Okay, let's try that again. Can't have that. That's not on. Let's try it from this side. It's not going to work? Well, if that's the case, I'm telling you, we get rid of this and we just bring it in from that side to about there. It needs to kind of go in. Okay, so let's try and line it up. If we were to do that and we were to do this, I guess that should give us what we're after, right? We'll do that and we'll try it again. There we go. That is fine. I've got no qualms with that. And that gives us the 28 meters that we're after. Okay. Now, we don't need it to stay at 28, right? Our level here, we need to get down to maybe 20. So let's go to about 20. If we were to, so let's raise up the level here to about 20. There we go. So at that level, now we'll level that one out about approximately here. Okay, so those are kind of tied in. Now, at that level, we'll then run it through. So let's quickly see about... I don't know if that's a reasonable level just yet. So let's keep pushing it in. I think that's a bit too steep still. So let's continue to kind of level this guy out a bit more into this broad direction. Right, are we kind of lining up? Oh, not even close. We need to turn it quite aggressively into that direction. Right, it doesn't have to be perfect, but we do need to kind of slow it in. So on this side, we can trim it back a bit. Okay, so we need to go into that direction. I think that's going to be okay. So now let's have a quick look on this side. If we go kind of something like this, right? I guess that's reasonable. And then we'll have a bridge section through here, right? So I guess we want to do that. We want to do this, right? Give ourselves. Okay, so let's just, the one more thing I want to do is just want to squeeze it. Just want to gentle it out here a little bit. Probably not like that. Maybe from here instead. Yeah, that's the one. Now, not the rail, but this one instead. And we do need to bear in mind that we do need to run the rail up here as well. And the rail has to then, okay, so what I actually want to do is I want to make sure that we're also extending this plateau for the rail. So if we were to then provide ourselves with a bit of expansion area here for the rail, let's just widen this up a little so that we've got room for the rail to come up here as well, right? So there we go. Let's do that. Now let's level it again. We'll get it up to about the right level. We'll get this one about the right level. We'll kind of gradually smooth it out. We're going to need to make room. But now there is sufficient room for the rail over there as well. But the rail will continue to run straight down there. So let's just fix that one again. So this should be okay. We want to squeeze it nicely, get it to work. So that's okay. Then this one is working all right as well. So there we go. So that's the setup through there. What we'll do now is we'll have to give a little bit of room here. We'll do a little slither in this area, and then we'll do a little bit more on this side as well. So let's go up to about maybe, what is the level here? Oh, we're already at 10, so we may as well go up a little bit. So let's quickly do that. Yeah, we're almost at the end of this episode. So let's go up a little bit in this area here. But we will need to run bridge through here as well. About 15, maybe, yeah, that's it. We'll do a very similar thing on this side. I think that's going to be just fine. So level there, 20. Oh, it's too high now. So let's level it from about there. And we'll just push it in a little bit, get ourselves a little bit of an area. The rail's not going to go on this one. Okay, so this is starting to look pretty cool now. We need to bear in mind that we need to try and get them over here. So what we need to do is we want something pretty calm into this direction. Let's redo that. Let's get it. So we want it to be kind of the midpoint there. So let's do that, no, and that. I guess that's okay. So we'll do a little bit of this, right? So we'll give ourselves some, because we need to get off and on and stuff like that as well, similarly on this side. Okay, so let's do that. So that's the starting point. Now we're going to grab this guy. We're going to tie that in nice and smooth at the same level. And same here, nice and smooth at the same level. And that should give us a reasonable spot to get stuff to get underneath there. Similarly, now we need to do, we need to bear in mind that we're wanting to do a very subtle maneuver like this, right? Yeah, that's not quite going to work. So let's try and push that out just a bit more. Yeah, that's going to be fine. Perfect, that's fine. Put that one there, and then we'll tie in this one over here. So we'll very subtly we do that. Then we go and grab this guy to cut across there. It's okay, so it's kind of got a pretty sizable little chunk going on that side. And then the plan would be to make a turn and get down here in a reasonable amount of time. I guess what we can do is we can trim these a little bit more. And do a little bit more like this. So that we've got that that area to deal with, right? So we've got about this one here, and that one there. Okay, so now we should be fine if we go ahead and tie these in. I think that's a very natural little area. We can do some work here to make this a little bit better. That doesn't look too high. That's naturally getting us across, though this little section here might be a little bit funny. Let's try and reconnect some of this a little bit better. It's still gonna be a bit funny, but I'm not gonna go too crazy about that. So that's gonna get us this highway network to this area. Plus, it'll allow us to do. I'm guessing. What are we gonna do? A bit of a roundabout underneath here. Though maybe not, because we will need. Okay, so what we might do is we might get a bit of a cloverleaf going on this side, so that we can get the rail. Yeah, let's get the rail through here as well. Okay, so that's the plan. I'm pretty comfortable with it, even that this bridge. Oops, what did I do? Did I do anything? I think we're fine. Even with that little turn there, it's going to be just fine. Okay, so let's do that. We'll get those in place. We can even get them to start working on it. Even though, these are under construction at the moment. So that's okay. Who's working on it? So 2 of the lesser officers are working on it. So let's do that. We can do a very similar thing. Oh, these are struggling a bit also. Really? So, yeah, we don't really have workers. That's the issue. Okay, so we can get them to come in here, no problem. We can assign some work here. We can even get these guys to come in and help. To be honest, they should be able to do all of this quite easily. Okay. I might, at this point in time, just do a little something over here so that they can turn around if they need to. Okay, so that should be okay. Now let's get the rail network in. We've got the bridge here. We do need road connections through here, but we also need the rail. So the rail is the kind of the most important thing for us at the moment. So here comes the rail. We would want the rail to try and get through this with a bit of a. I would like to get the rail through here. Yeah, that doesn't quite want to work. I mean, that's pretty extreme actually. So maybe what we can do is if we do this. I just want to see. I just want to see if it's possible for us to. So that way. Okay. So that seems to want to find something that works. If it, yeah, obviously going straight. But on this side of the thing, we're not really seeing many options to get that turn going. So there, about. Oh, that's pretty good. I like that. That's pretty good. I wouldn't mind. So if we have that one. Okay, maybe towards the other side. It's 3. Okay, we can kind of see them there. I wanna go parallel to this. Just want to check if we can have this guy run. Where are my? Hang on, let's just see. Where are these? Oh, okay. So it's going to be like 1.5. It seems. That's just painful at this angle. Okay, so let's see. So now, if we were to say, forget about snapping, turn off snapping, and we'll run it like this. I'm not opposed to this. Where is this? Let's just go and check this out because this could be a problem. What is your issue at the moment here? Workers without jobs, no kindergarten, spirituality pub, nothing. What's wrong? No water. Okay, let's quickly see. Doesn't actually tell me it's not got a water. It doesn't have water. Yeah, we seem to not have sufficient water in this area. Okay, let's have a quick look. Go underground. What is our... Yeah, okay, so our water situation is one that this substation by itself is not sufficiently accommodating this stuff. How about this guy? This guy doesn't seem to have an issue. So what we could do, let's just quickly have a look. We could just, we could quite frankly just extend another one kind of over here somewhere and pick up a few more. So let's just get another water substation in place. So if we go substation, we'll get this kind of broad substation piece. Now, right over there should be just fine. And then what we'll do is we'll just extend, get it to run. Yeah, you know what? It's always a good idea to give yourself a little bit of a water switch in these kind of situations, just in case you need to provide further connectivity. So let's do that. We'll run that one there. We'll tie this one in like so. And we'll make a start on that. So we should be able to really expand this operation fairly quickly over here. So let's get those two bits and pieces assigned for construction. We'll get this. We'll get that all to kind of do its thing here. We'll even get number 2 in place to come and do that. So I guess we'll expand our water situation here just a tad so that we can set off a little bit more. So that's part of the issue there. Okay, we need to end this episode. So I want to just make a start on this. Oh, it's not exactly... I would have loved to get that alignment a little bit better. So trying it from... Let's try it one more time here. So we need to probably start it right about there, right? I like it. So let's extend it a little bit, get it a little straighter. That section there, and then this section over here. So I guess that's kind of the plan for us to kind of make use of a rail connection to get in here. Similarly, though, we'll need to do something in the opposite direction, but I guess the opposite direction will be easier to achieve. So let us now from here curve it in and get it nice and straight in this location. Let's get the F4 back on. And we'll get it in about there, and then we'll curve it in there. So I guess that's okay. We'll need to have a look at how we're going to cross over here also. Similarly, what I was thinking is we will need to... Okay, so we can't really get that aggressive. But what we could do is try and find... Okay, let's get it even closer here, if possible. Okay, maybe that's a little bit much. Okay, so if we did this, yeah, I guess we'll have to do a very similar thing. It's not quite right. If we bring it a little bit forward, okay, that's not going to work. If we take it back a bit, I guess that will kind of work. Okay, so we'll need to do something like this at the same time. So that's kind of the idea to get us to use this in a reasonable way. Okay. One more thing I just want to have a quick look at is how can we just let's just flatten out some sections here just a little bit. So what is our level over here? We're at the 10-meter mark. So can we just level out at about 10? Yeah, we'll have to do something like that. Let's level out at about 10 over here. We shouldn't be paused, thanks. So leveling out at about 10. Okay, so we'll do something like that. Give ourselves a little bit of room here for the rail connection. Try and hug it down on this side as best we can. What we want to do is provide ourselves with some reasonable grades. I think that's probably okay. Oh, I need to delete I need to delete both of them, I think. Let's clear that out. All the way like so. So, yeah, I guess that's the plan. And similarly over here, I want to do that. Okay. And then the plan would be that we tie in like this. And like that. Yeah. That's going to be perfect. Okay, that's good. That actually works. We'll okay, find that level there. So this level is 10.8. We'll get that same level over here somewhere. Okay, so we'll try and make that same level work kind of on this edge here. Gives us a little bit more room over there. Okay. So now we want to let's do the rail. Yeah, so let's give it a little bit of a curve like this, though it's going to be problematic, I think. So let's do that. That's okay. I don't mind that too much. What we will need to do is give ourselves a little bit of room here. And then from here, we'll need to do those tie-ins. That actually does not bother me too much. Let's do this. This is kind of the plan. Okay. So I'm kind of wondering if we hang on. Let's do one more thing. I just want to finish this off. So I should be ending this episode, but I just want to finish off this one little stretch here. So if I were to take it all the way back over there, I don't know if that'll work, make our lives any easier. So the one thing we need to be cautious of, if we don't have room for. Now it's not working. Rail junction or rail dead end over road. Oh my. That's not right. Hang on. Let's just, I guess it might just be, if we did that, right? Just have a look at it on this side as well. Yeah, well, if we did something like that, right? It's not perfectly straight. Trimmed it back a little bit, and we did maybe something like this. I guess that's fine. And we could even do that. Yeah, so I guess that's fine. What I do want to have a bit of a look at in this absolute location is, can we squeeze in? We can. We can get a signal in here, which is going to be important for this. We can also get a signal in on that side. I guess that's the plan. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and trim this back a bit more, because we need to go up here. So if we were to cross over here, we need to make this kind of work, right? We still have a happiness low issue. I guess it's still the same water issue that we're having. Okay, so let's leave that one in there. And then this one, we do the same thing. We need to... Okay, so let's do that. Now, the one thing I'm a little cautious of on this side of things is now we don't really have room to come up. I guess we can come up with a road connection. If we wanted to do the Cloverleaf, and I guess we do want to do the Cloverleaf. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna do a few more minutes so that we just figure out the Cloverleaf over here. So I guess what we need to do is we need to try and level in this location to do a kind of a half clover in here. And then we can, of course, run the rail on the outside. So we just need to continue what we've got here so that we won't have any bulldozers ready to go there. So I guess the way we're going to do the half clover is it's going to be something like that. Actually, something like very, very tight. I guess it's going to be something like that. And then what we do is we'll just trim it out like so, and we'll tie in that and that. And then we need to run this one down the bottom there. Okay, so I guess this is the situation. So if we were to then kind of have our rail, I guess it needs to be even tighter. We need to get the rail closer to kind of that angle, and then that actually seems quite workable. So if we do then that for our rail, and what we do is we tie this one over here, and we tie that one over there, then I guess our only issue is this. It's not quite workable, really. So let's trim that back just a little. I guess up to about there and up to about there. And let's try and get... Okay, so what I'm going to do is we've got this one to work now, right? So let's trim that back to there, and that back to there, and see if we can make these work instead. That is the one that's causing me pain. Again, it's exactly the same issue, right? We've overextended it just a little bit. It just doesn't want to do that. I do that, we come through here. Need to be underneath it. Okay, so if we do that, we try it now. Okay, you know what? Let's just try and tie them in all the way from there and from there. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit more here. We do that. Maybe that'll work. Just doesn't want to do that, does it? Okay, so what we'll do is let's extend a little bit. We're going to try and manual this a little bit. Unemployment is too high. I don't mind the unemployment a little bit. Okay, so let's see about that. That's looking a bit more reasonable. So maybe that's okay. And then at the same time, we have that. I guess that'll do. It's a little bit uneven, but I guess that'll be fine. And then what we just do is let's do the outside first. Aha. Yeah, it doesn't want to. Okay, so if we do it there. Okay, so now we've got a little something that we could potentially tie into. Yeah, I think that's going to be just fine. Is that bumpy? It's a little bit of a twitch in the line there, but I guess that's the plan, right? So now we can actually tie this in. Let's quickly finish off this little slither of road here. I guess the idea is that we need to run this road. So we might trim that road back, bring it in over here. We'll do a bit of a connection to the other side, something like that. So let's find ourselves a spot where we're not too reliant on the rail. If we were to say do this, and we were to then do that, come on. And I guess we could just do that and see about, yeah, so instead let's run it properly in there, tie it in like so, and bring that one back. I think that's going to be very reasonable. Okay, so that's our Cloverleaf setup on the one side. I think it's very manageable. And on the other side, we want to tie in over here. I guess here we want to do maybe something like this. So what we will need to do is give ourselves a little bit more room here. Just do a little bit. A little bit of we'll see about where we tie that in exactly. We want to try and get it on exactly the same location. So let's stop the F4 there. Okay, so what we want to do is try and F4. That side a little bit more. That side. So if we did this, yes, that's going to be just fine. So that's our interchange over here. What I want to do is I just want to trim out that little slither over there, and we'll plop in place the return and this side there. So now we've got our access point over here. That'll work quite nicely. And I guess this interchange here gives us a perfect opportunity to cross the rail and tie it in over here. Right, so now we've got two roads nicely tied together here, and that'll be just fine. So there's our road. This is our rail. We still need to do the bridge on the other side, but this will give us good access to our refinery, back to our main line. But I guess, and it's a pretty reasonable way to deal with it, and we're kind of dealing with our bridge connections. The alternative to this, and I might give it a try in the next episode because this one's been way too long, is if we wanted to do these connections a little better as is, maybe we can run the bridge across afterwards and we don't have to really tie it in like so. So maybe I'll do another little iteration of this one in the next episode where we try and bring these rail connections a little bit closer together to tie in and go across that way and straighten this one up a little bit more. But I guess that's that's quite okay. The other thing that we could consider doing is running rail straight over here as well, so that if we wanted to tie in from, anyway, we'll see about that in the future. Let's leave that as is. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Lots of bits and pieces happening at the moment. This is ready to go. We need some drinking water over here. This is ready to go. We need some drinking water over here as well. Power and the likes. What? Power is not being supplied? Oh, we're not actively getting power all the way there. One thing that's not under construction at the moment is this. So can we please assign... Why do these guys not want to come over here? Well, let's get... Apparently they can't get in. But anyway, let's just get more people assigned to all of this so that we can kind of get this finished off, because that's a little bit extreme. Got a happiness low problem, which is still this one, I guess. Have we still not got water here? Okay, so I guess that means we're running out of water. If these guys are still not getting water, what's their happiness like? Yeah, so it's just this one. Oh, no, it's these two. They're not getting, I guess they're not getting water, right? So we're out of water. Is that the case? Are we out of water? We're not. So it means that we just don't have enough water capacity running through here. So we'll have to have a look at that in the next episode also. Guys, thank you so much. It's been a long one. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.